88 gang.
Hit me.
AYB, let pipe him up, bro.
Let's go big. 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 I got hop in a car with no roof. I got hop in a car with no roof. Let's go big. 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 Let's go big.
Some of the biggest, most powerful people in the world want to fight each other in the street. For real, this is not a joke. They actually want a fist fight. Welcome to the show. What's the name?
Real shit, right quick.
With one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, Tyron Woodley. My name is Evan Rosenblum, and we're here to get right into it today. First off, we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith.
I knew you was
Jason
going
Whitlock.
there.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never
right.
seen a star as big as Stephen A. Smith go after somebody like Jason Whitlock and call him a fat piece of you know what. I can't say
He
the word.
hit him with the fecal matter?
Bro.
Damn.
So here's a little bit of the background, right?
All right.
So Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith hate each other.
Why?
They just don't like each other. They used to work at each other back at ESPN way back in the day.
All right.
Stephen A. Smith was the big dog there.
Yeah.
Jason Whitlock was sort of a big dog. They gave him The Undefeated, which was like a website that was going to be dedicated to like uplifting the black community.
I did a show.
Yeah.
I work with both of them, ESPN and Fox. Yeah.
Well, they had smoke back then.
Damn, I didn't know that. They kept it clean.
Yeah, and so the smoke has been building over the years. Stephen A. Smith just put out his memoir, right? And Jason Whitlock says that Stephen A. Smith is full of shit. That he's been lying.
He calling cap.
Yeah.
He calling cap on his memoir.
Stephen A. Smith said that he was a good basketball player in high school, got a scholarship offer to play in college, but like blew out his knee, and that his career never, rehabilitated.
This is my thing, man. We got so many people that was supposed to be the great hopefuls, but when they're in the age that was not the age we're in now, which is social media, a motherfucker say that they were this, that, and the other, and they was top shit, we can get receipts and go and check it out.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, we can't go back and get the VHS.
Well, so Jason Whitlock is basically saying, if you have photos, videos, anything that shows that Stephen A. Smith could play ball back in the day, I want to see it. And as a matter of fact, he's been calling Stephen A. Smith Stephen A. Myth, saying it's all BS. Now, I want to say,
in my perspective, I fuck with both of them. I actually like both of them. But the thing about it is, Stephen A. Smith is super opinionated about every motherfucking athlete, right? He always got something to say. He said good things about me, bad things about me. But he always report. I fuck with him because of that, right? He can shoot it down the middle. But when somebody's super opinionated, and then now they're trying to say that they was that guy in sports, I want to see.
Well,
so we can get your ass with the fine-tooth comb.
So I want to play you this clip because after Jason Whitlock kind of went after Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith went on his podcast, the Stephen A. Smith Show, and said this back to Jason Whitlock.
Oh shit, let's see what he said.
Did you tell them that once this same article in Deadspin came out, weeks later you wrote a lengthy apology to me in an email?
Watch this stuff.
Begging me to forgive you?
Begging.
Pointing out how you were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me? Did you tell the folks that?
Did you?
Bitch.
Damn!
Did you tell them?
Oh shit.
Wait, watch.
You fat piece of shit. Did you tell them that? Got the names.
Oh,
we got Jamel Hill.
Damn.
We got Howard Bryant.
So Stephen A. Smith goes on his podcast and says that.
Number one, Stephen A. Smith is a legend in ESPN, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know this is his own podcast, his own filter, but I guarantee motherfucking T and people for ESPN, man, pulled him to the side because the shit runs over into your day job, right? He called this motherfucker a fat piece of shit.
But I will say this, Stephen A. Smith did say that before he went on, he did. He said before he went on his podcast, he called a couple of people, his pastor, and he said, I'm gonna need forgiveness for this, so we're gonna have to work on this together. And then he said he also called his bosses at ESPN because he said, look, even though he owns and operates his podcast, he still understands that he's the face of ESPN.
Yeah, it's a code of conduct.
And wanted to give him a heads up. He's like, look, I'm doing this, but I want to give you a heads up.
I never did this before. I need my one-time pass. Fucking Jason finna get the motherfucking fade.
So now he went out and he said that. He called him every word. Those are fighting words. Am I wrong? Those are fighting words.
This my thing. They're in different weight classes, but I guess it don't matter in this case.
So they're both the same age. They're both
Andrew,
56
let's get
years
the
old.
tail of the tapes, please.
Yeah, they're both 56 years old.
56 years old.
They're both a little over 6 foot. They're like between 6 and 6'1".
We're not going to get into weight classes because once you're over 50, we don't give a fuck about weights.
Now, Stephen A. Smith is lankier, longer. Jason Whitlock is heavier. But here's the thing, right?
They want to fight for real?
They want, I mean, come on.
Let's promote them on the realest international promotion.
There
Trip
we go.
is going to headline the card. Stephen A. Smith versus Jason Whitlock in a battle of the cap.
So no one's been in more fights than you.
Yeah.
Right? Who wins this fight? Right? Stephen A. Smith, again, tall basketball player, lanky, stays in shape. Jason Whitlock was a former college football player at Ball State, offensive lineman. When you're an offensive lineman playing college football at Ball State, like you are, you know.
The reason this show is called Real Shit Right Quick, because we may say some shit that may hurt your feelings, right? And that's why I said I like both of them in the beginning. So then after that, I can say what the fuck comes to the top of my head.
So who wins the fight?
First off, we need to control the combat, right? They ass not in shape.
Right.
Quit these motherfuckers is seeing all this influence, and I'm partly responsible for it.
Right.
People want to get into, I want to fight this person, I want to fight him.
Right.
You're not lasting 3 minutes for more than one round.
Right.
So let's make it a 3 round, 1 minute round fight.
Okay.
Let
so
me
3
promote
rounds,
this shit.
60 seconds each.
60 seconds each.
It's like Street Fighter.
I'm going to have to go with Jason because it's like putting somebody at the plate against Babe Ruth. He got the weight to throw behind the punch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that video I watched of Stephen A. doing that uppercut from suspect areas just lead me to believe he not going to win the fight.
There is a famous video. We're going to show it to you right now of Stephen A. Smith hitting mitts a couple years ago. It is not a great look for Stephen A. Smith.
But you know what I do like about it?
What?
He said it was terrible. He said, I didn't put it out. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I had a torn rotator cuff, and I was just, now I get it. When you had an injury, you just do whatever you can do.
Right.
But we don't have anything else to compare it to. That's all we have in the back of our mind.
Okay.
We don't have nothing from Jason, though.
Right. Well, we know that he played college football, and we know he was
a lineman.
He was a lineman.
Offense?
And we know when you're training to be an offensive lineman, it's like that explosive strength. You got to get into somebody, you got to be able to push them off.
And it's only 1 minute.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I have to retract my thing because in 1 minute, agility-wise, maybe Stephen A. can gas him out a little bit.
All right, so forget the rounds. Well, here, I'm going to give you a better situation because the reality of it is I don't think they're getting in a ring. But if they walk into each other somewhere and it's on site, who wins on the on-site fight? Again, I like Stephen A. Smith. Respect. I like you a lot.
I did Jason's show, but I didn't really get a chance to know him. I got the studio version of him. Studio gangster.
Jason Whitlock would beat the dog snot out of Stephen A. Smith in a fight. But you're the fighter. You tell me.
I wish these motherfuckers had a boxing session or something, some type of mid workout beyond what we saw. I'm gonna go with Jason. When people out of shape, when they really not, this ain't what they really do. My gut says the bigger motherfucker may just win.
One more quick question before we go to break here, okay? Yeah. There are other non-athletes who want to fight each other. Now we know Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk were going at it, right? Now Elon Musk wants smoke with Mark Cuban. They were talking shit to each other on social media, and he said, "Let's fight."
I'm going with Mark Cuban. You know why? Because Mark Cuban fucked with MMA before a lot of people did.
That's true.
He had the HDNet fights on.
That's true.
On deal, and he swooped on my dogs that do wipe. So I gotta go with Mark Cuban.
By the way, the correct answer is Mark Zuckerberg beats all of them.
But I think Mark Zuckerberg
training. He's training like a maniac.
He's training.
We're like real fighters.
And I'm watching. He was training with like Volkanovski and some of those other cats. Right?
Yeah, and he takes it seriously. And also, he's 39 years old, and these other guys are old.
He was training with Volkanovski in the backbender.
Yeah. God. All right, look, we're going to break. We got more when we come back on
Real Shit Right Quick.
Drop your drawers. Get going. Drop your pants. Nothing showing, you feel confident and clean.
Feeling confident starts by dropping the toilet paper and picking up Dude Wipes, the extra large, flushable wet wipe that clears instead of smears.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin free. Drop your pants and show off your Dude Wipes clean undies. Dude Wipes clean undies.
Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Welcome back to the show.
Hey, we got this segment, guys. It got to be a signature segment called Real Shit Right Quick.
Yeah.
Last week it wasn't real quick. This week I got you.
Yeah. So basically, if Tyron starts babbling on, I'm telling him to shut. I'm going to tell him to STFU.
I thought you was going to get the little STFU button.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to yell at you.
All right. All right, we'll take that. Let's go.
Okay, here's the first topic. UFC 300 is coming around the corner, man. Can you believe there have been 300 UFC pay-per-views?
Yeah, it's been a lot.
I know, we're getting there quick. How many did you fight on?
Shit, a few.
Yeah.
50-11.
Yeah. Look, one of the people who wants on this massive card is Mike Perry, your boy.
Mike Perry, let him on.
Yeah, Platinum Mike
Who
Perry.
give a fuck if you with the UFC? Who cares what you did in your last couple of fights? It's a business.
Yeah.
So Mike Perry, for fucking sure, of combat sports, he's the closest to what a real fight is, bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Nobody can say he's not a real champion. MMA is a variation, boxing the variation. We're padded.
Yeah.
He's in a brutal, straight up bare knuckle fighting of champions, of men's of men.
All right, here's where I'm stop. You're babbling. All right, here we go. It's quick.
See,
all right, so Platinum Mike Perry, he was great in the UFC. He was awesome. And now he's been doing bare knuckle fighting. He's been doing great.
He's been smoking, motherfucker.
He has. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
anyway, so he called up Hunter Campbell, who's one of the top guys over at the UFC.
He put that shit on the podcast, though.
Yeah, he called him up and he said, hey, look, if you guys are building this card, I know the perfect card. Me and Nate Diaz. Take a look.
What's up, you lunatic?
Mick, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you.
Merry Christmas, Mike. I know you've had a good run, my man. I've been watching you.
Oh, it ain't over yet. It ain't done. We got more work to do. Speaking of which, why I'm calling you, man. Nate Diaz says there's no one to fight on UFC 300. I'm saying me and Nate, y'all can bring me back for the little purse, but then throw in the PPV points, and then we can have a great show for UFC 300.
So Hunter basically said, look, why don't you take Nate Diaz and go fight BKFC?
That was a slap in the face.
You think it's a slap in the face?
Yeah. He dismissed my dog. My dog came to him and brought him something that's actually a gem. Somebody that left the UFC actually went out and built their name up bigger. And now they even thought to come back. It's kind of like him just saying that, you know what I mean, he respected the brand.
I respectfully disagree. I think Hunter Campbell is actually genuinely looking out for Mike Perry. I think that Mike Perry, like you just said a second ago.
Think about this. He's not looking out for nobody. They keep putting Tony Ferguson in the octagon. Them motherfuckers is not looking out for one soul.
Okay.
He's telling somebody to leave the UFC and combat sports and not come back because Nate's not there either, right?
Yeah, Nate's
He's telling basically, both can stay out of the UFC. And why don't he go over there to the bare knuckle boxing? If Hunter had ever promoted bare knuckle boxing before and ever saluted bare knuckle boxing before, now we got to talk.
Yeah, but he's saluting it on this conversation with Mike Perry. And by the way,
a salute, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I know Hunter.
Let's agree that Mike Perry has been crushing it in bare knuckle fighting, correct?
Mike Perry been smashed.
Mike Perry is like, I would argue that Mike Perry is like the biggest star in bare knuckle right now. Right?
He is.
And if he's the top guy in bare knuckle fighting and he would come over to UFC and he wouldn't be even close to the top guy right now.
Yeah.
Why?
It doesn't matter. Conor McGregor is not
Hunter,
the top guy, but if he fights, everybody's going to put him on a card.
I know.
Nobody care how many L's he had in a row. It's about branding. Marketing.
Mike Perry has a good thing going in BKFC right now. It's a great thing, and he's dominating, and it is becoming his domain. And I think Hunter's right on this one.
I agree with Hunter. Hunter said he was built for it. There's not anything better. He saluted him on how much noise he was making. He was celebrating him. But when he asked to come back home, right? Mm-hmm. And fight on UFC 300, he gracefully declined him.
Yeah.
That wasn't looking out for him.
Yeah, but they both have businesses to run.
Yeah, I ain't trying to tell him that.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to tell him to go against it, but he got outside the UFC and got lit.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
All right. All right, next topic. You ready for the next one? Okay.
Now, that was your ass that time. I was kind of quick. I said Mike Perry, yes. All right, real shit right quick. Let's go.
Real shit right quick. All right, here's the next one. All right, so there is a high school football player in Indiana named Noah, and his last name I cannot say.
Nigga.
Some people's it's spelled Knigga.
Up until the new iPhone iOS update, if you hey, what's up, my nigga? Let me holler at you real quick. It would spell it Knigga. And I promise you, now, I guess somebody voted on it in the Apple place. Now it actually say it. So I don't care what his people say.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's pretend we're commentators. We're in the booth. Ready? Yeah. Okay, so this kid's a linebacker, I believe. Okay, so here we go. We're in the booth. You ready? We're in the booth. Okay, there is Noah. He is going down the field. It is complete to Noah.
Nigga.
Yes. And when you see, makes a play, gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Noah.
Number 5, Noah, nigga.
He's going to be a college football star. He's a great player. Actually, a bunch of D1 schools are looking at him. As a matter of fact, so he went on Robert Griffin III's podcast, and Robert Griffin is fascinated by this.
Yeah,
he's asking the same questions everyone is. And he says, how do you pronounce your name? And this is what he said.
How do you pronunciate your last name?
Oh, so this is how you pronunciate it. It's Noah Knigga. You say it Knigga. Knigga. Like that.
What do you mean by that? See, that's the key. It's Knigga.
There you go.
There you go. Now we vibing. Anyone ever gotten mad about your last name?
I don't think they've gotten mad. I had a few guys come to me like, hey, man, what's up with this? I was going to say it, but I don't think anybody's ever gotten mad.
Right.
It's Knigga.
So his name was Knigga, but at the end of the day, why would his parents name him Noah?
Do you know a Knigga?
Exactly. Do you know a nigga? So think about this.
It's not what
His
I said.
parents knew it
That's
from the
not
start.
what I said at all.
They probably was high. They probably had some psychedelics, and they probably thought it was funny as a motherfucker to name their kid Noah nigga. I think it's hilarious.
Okay,
but
now
I think we should get a
with
payoff of
with
it.
NIL.
Hey, no.
With NIL, what do you think this guy gets sponsorships?
Hey, I want to just say something to my dog. I'm working on NIL athletes currently as we speak. DJ Lagway, who's actually at the same event that you, #1 quarterback going to Florida. Jerry Easter the third. We're getting them deals, and if you need a deal, I know it.
We got more when we come back on the show. Real shit right quick.
Real shit right quick.
Wipe, then fold, then wipe, flush away. With Dude Wipes, you'll have a clean but great day. Now, why do Dude Wipes clean better?
Because they're extra large?
Because they're flushable.
Because obviously wet cleans better than dry.
Let's watch. See how the wet side clears while the dry just smears.
Just like our butts. It's just like our butts.
Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show.
Real shit right quick.
With one of the greatest UFC MMA fighters of all time.
And one of the ghosts of ghosts, my dog Rosenblum, Rosenblum, Smelling Boom.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
Thank you. All right. So speaking of I did TMZ for a very long time.
18
reported
years.
on pop culture.
Did you create TMZ Sports?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yep.
Did they give you
ran
your
it,
bars?
hosted it.
So you say, hey, let's do a sport division called TMZ Sport.
Exactly.
So when motherfuckers are watching that today, you started that.
Yes.
Put stripes on my dog name. Respect
Thank you.
with a K.
I appreciate that. Yeah. No, we did some good stuff.
hell
We did
yeah.
some not great stuff, but we also did some really, really good stuff.
all right.
And the guy running it right now, by the way, Mike Babcock, he is the best.
One time for the
fully
one
support
time.
him. Great
Babcock.
dude, great leadership, great report, and the whole team over there is awesome. All right, but I want to talk about something in pop culture and in sports right now. This is a big collision, right? Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, right?
They a thing?
Yeah.
I seen that.
You're not living under a rock, are you?
That's what make the show good, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You tell me right now. And I
Taylor
can give you off
Swift.
the top of the head.
Taylor Swift is the most famous pop artist in the world right now.
I love it.
Travis Kelce, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. They're dating. She's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan now. She's going to all the
Can I be
games.
real?
Yeah.
In the world, in the culture right now with people on cloud and everybody, you deserve you ain't gonna pay my bill. He ain't paying no bill.
No.
And he dated his sister, so his juice is mad
Do you know
high.
what's so funny?
He
Is
won the Super Bowl, juice mad high.
Yeah.
So now you got a woman that can pay for his bill. He up there.
That's what I'm saying. It's very interesting.
He got sauce.
Because it's like, most people, when Travis Kelce is on the dating scene, you could think that the power dynamic is one way because he's famous and he's rich and
He said,
everybody
no,
knows
I ain't
him.
picked up no bill.
And she
Not getting
is
flued out.
1,000 times more famous and wealthy than he is. She just made $1 billion on her tour.
Damn, she did.
Isn't that insane? Yeah.
Hey, let's get on the podcast.
So people, of course, they start dating and haters like to hate, and the Chiefs aren't exactly as dominating as they used to be.
I like what you did like that.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. So people are saying that
always
Travis
got
Kelce
something
is
to say.
distracted by Travis Kelce. You're a professional athlete. You've been a professional athlete for a very long time. How does a relationship, especially a high-profile relationship, affect your performance on the field?
I love this conversation. I love that it's happening on Real Shit right quick. Everybody got something to say. Their relationship's mad fucked up, or they're single for the last decade, or they're being in the whole situation where they're at home being mad submissive and they're teaching you how to have big dick energy. At the end of the day, people need to mind their own. Let this man date who he want to date. Once you publicize and you put your relationship on social media, all right, now motherfuckers are going to have something to say about that, and they're going to be waiting on you to crush and drop on your face. Do your thing, man. If you want to post people, then post people.
Okay, I hear what you're saying in theory, but I think the reality of it is different than that. Because
you're not held to a different responsibility.
No, but you can't escape it. You can't escape it. You're under so much pressure and scrutiny from everybody. When you are Travis Kelce, who you are famous in your own right,
you're held to a different
you were
standard. You're a public figure.
Yes.
On how you present yourself.
But you're now in a relationship with the most famous
people,
with the most famous person in the world, and then when you start underperforming based on what people expect from you, which I think people have said that about the Chiefs and Travis Kelce, I know that for a fact. They're saying, "Oh, it's because you're distracted with this whole high-profile relationship."
Let me tell you this situation.
And is that fair or unfair? Is it real or is it fake?
Taylor Swift, right, is one of the best artists of all time.
Sure.
Right? Her discipline, her mindset, her intelligence and what she does to make her achieve level of success at the top is probably remarkable.
Sure.
Iron is going to sharpen iron, whether it's opposite genders or not.
Sure.
So her being in a relationship with him, right, could actually make him become a better man, right? It can make him become more focused. It can make him actually think about things in a different lens. He could just be having a bad year. He could be having injuries. He could be aging up. Literally, it's 3 to 5 year expectancy in not UFC, in the NFL. Motherfuckers in the UFC to 59, right? So at the end of the day, right, people always got something to say, and the more you don't say anything back to them, the more they act like their shit is gold. Okay. And nobody's doing their own research. Yeah. You said, I'm going to echo it like it's law, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But so let's go with some examples of like high profile relationships that have worked and that haven't worked, right?
Yeah, the ones that have worked, the ones the motherfuckers that keep it quiet, keep their shit off the internet. That's the ones that work. You don't see Denzel Washington and his wife on there. Right. You don't see certain people that keep that. We didn't see Cuban, what's his name? Dude from Love and Basketball, Omar Epps. Mm-hmm. His shit been on the low for a long time.
Who's he dating?
I think he's been married forever.
Oh, okay. Probably true.
Yeah, so I'm not, you guys probably go, oh, actually, he can do it. He may be getting, I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker doing, but I'm saying the relationships that are quiet, people that keep people out your fucking business. The second you put them out there, one, people are going to try to fuck your person, right? Sure. They're going to try to have what you want. They're going to have something to say about it, and they're going to be poking and coming in with a fine-tooth comb.
I'm going to give you some high-profile relationships that worked out and some that didn't. Tony Romo, Jessica Simpson. Didn't work out. Everybody blamed her when the Cowboys lost, right?
Hey, you see that one video where she was singing?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush. Their relationship didn't work out, but he won.
Reggie out of this.
He won the Super Bowl. He won. But look, to his credit, they won the Super Bowl when they were dating.
That motherfucker was winning the Super Bowl because he was that guy.
Yeah, Reggie Bush is also one of the greatest athletes of all time. And by the way, his kids now are also incredible athletes. Yeah. You know what's so funny?
Shout out to my dog Reggie, and he a crazy golfer too.
He's a crazy golfer. Yeah. But you know what's okay? Well, that's another topic I get about top athletes and their kids also becoming top. Pac-Man Jones is another one. He's a good friend of mine. His kids are insane athletes. Reggie Bush's kids are insane athletes. Chad Ochocinco's kids are insane athletes. Like they train. It's like having an expert in a field, and you're teaching them from such a young age. It's like they're destined for greatness.
I think it's not correlated. I think the fact that everybody wants to be the first one to know and have the juiciest tea and had a 411 on everybody. My mama said everybody business ain't nobody business. We all want to have our finger in somebody's business. Oh, I knew first. Oh, I already was ahead of that. Sure. Everybody wants to jump on everything. So at the end of the day, I think it's not correlated.
What's the highest profile celebrity relationship in combat sports you can think of?
In combat sports?
Mm-hmm. Like has there ever been like a high profile athlete who dated like a famous like I know that Conor McGregor was teasing that he was dating Rita Ora while still engaged to his fiance a while back, but they didn't actually date. That was weird though. That was a weird flex, wasn't it? Weird.
Conor McGregor always got wet armpits in the suits.
He does. He sweats a lot. He's a big sweater.
I got a couple, but I don't want to bring it out because they got other situations now that they kind of focusing on. But it's not many.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like who was in a high-profile. I mean, Ronda Rousey with Travis Brown. That was a high-profile relationship. Nah. Yeah, he was a good fighter.
He was a good fighter, but she was the bigger brand.
Yeah, well, high-profile relationship. And it worked out. They're married, have kids. They're super happy living on a farm right now.
But they kept you out their fucking business.
Yeah,
they fell off the grid and became normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Future guests, Jenna Jameson and Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, that one did not work out.
Mini forehead, Tito. Jenna, my dog. Jenna Hart.
I got to tell you though, Tito Ortiz was always like very nice. I know
he was really nice to me, and I always had his back. But then he starts kind of saying bullshit about me.
So I guess the point is, we'll find out if Travis Kelce can handle the weight of his celebrity relationship as the Chiefs head into the playoffs this weekend. Oh, wait, let me ask you one last question before we end the segment.
Yeah.
Do you think the Chiefs win a Super Bowl this year?
Man. How you gonna jump to the damn Super Bowl from this? Real shit right quick, guys. We'll be right back with some new shit on Real Shit Right Quick.
All right, man. That's another episode of
Real Shit Right Quick.
And again, man, that's a good episode. We got a lot more of that coming next week. Don't miss our show every single week. Tyron Woodley. My name's Evan Rosenblum. Have a good week. Let's go.